Welcome back on the AM show. And how about we celebrate one of our own big stars making it out there in no lesser place than the MDA. His name, Amidah Braimah, Ghana's latest NBA sensation. Well, Joy Sports editor George Addo Jr. has been speaking to the budding NBA superstar.
It's such a journey. Born on the streets of Accra and keeping in touch with the dream of playing your basketball at the very top, the pinnacle of the game, the National Basketball Association we love to call the NBA here in Ghana. Surely a path that many Ghanaians only dream of. The difficult footsteps of Ben Bentil, and to an extent Pops Mensah-Bonsu, who was even born in London, looked improbable for even the brave basketball players on these shores. Amidah Braimah, let that sink in. He's the latest Ghanaian and only the second bred in Accra to make the jump. Braimah stays as a young man at Happy Home Primary School, afternoons spent as a young adult at the Tudu Lebanon House Court, and time in the Galaxy Basketball Academy in Accra were key to his development. Braimah had his college education at the University of Connecticut, where he starred in their basketball team. Starting 69 games, he made 100 appearances for UConn, scored 644 points, and recorded 390 rebounds as well as 280 blocks. He made the American Athletic Conference All-Rookie team as well. Amidah was signed by Chicago Bulls in 2017 for the Summer League, although he was included by the San Antonio Spurs, but was waived, hence joined the Austin Spurs. He played 48 games for the Austin Spurs in the G League in the 2017-2018 season, signed for Partizan in the Belgian League, returned to Austin Spurs in 2018-2019 season. He got waived by the Indiana Pacers prior to this season and joined the affiliate Fort Wayne Madans in the G League, and later signed a two-way contract to feature in the NBA for the Pacers. After 2 games already with the Pacers, especially with his first taste of NBA action, he scored 6 points, made 3 rebounds and 2 blocks in just 9 minutes. Now, meets the new Indiana Pacers man, Amidah Braimah.
It's been a tedious journey, you know, just coming from Ghana, and just like we all know that Ghana is not a huge country when it comes to basketball. So just like coming into high school and going to college, you know, it's been a challenging journey, but I think eventually, I mean, it's worth it. It's worth the trials and the tribulations that I had to go through to get to where I am now, you know. And yeah, I'm excited and stoked to be here right now.
Right. So, did you see the move coming? I mean, were you giving hints, or it hit you by surprise?
So I would say it caught me by surprise because going into the G League bubble, I'm just coming off an ACL tear, and like I've taken 2 years off of just like, you know, just rehabbing and just getting ready, trying to make sure when I come back, I'm gonna be just been locked in and just like trying to prepare myself for whenever I come back, I'm gonna be 100% go, you know. So I wasn't expecting like, I mean, I'm doing all this because I want to be ready whenever the opportunity arises, but like I wasn't expecting that to happen because I've been healthy for 3 years already before this happened. And nothing happened. So when the way it happened was very crazy because I've been to training camp with the Pacers the year I tore my ACL. And then I came to training camp with them this year, and I couldn't even play in training camp because I had to figure out some stuff with my visa, and I couldn't play. So I was even going to the G League bubble. That we had 15 games in the G League bubble. I was only able to play 10 because I was still figuring out my visa stuff, and so coming off an injury and going into the bubble, I went into the bubble just playing, not playing any full court, no competition, no 5-on-5, nothing. I literally went from an ACL tear into straight playing games. So it was like I was only able to play 1 pickup in general. So like when I was in the bubble, I wasn't playing at my full best. So I was like the only team that knew how good I am, how good I am would be the Pacers, because nobody knows how good I am. Because if you want to compare, if you want to call me up based off what I did in the bubble, I don't think I did enough to be called up in the like for what I did in the bubble, because I was still kind of probably like 85%. I was not my full 100% yet at that point, you know. But then when I went back home, I started feeling back. I started again feeling like I'm back to my normal self. I'm feeling better than my normal self. Actually jumping higher, like I was moving really good. So I was like, all I'm waiting for right now is an opportunity. And talking to my agent is like, this around this week or next week, things are gonna start picking up. But like, we don't know. It's just all up in the air. So I actually I went to a birthday. My second family here. I went to the birthday of the mom, and then we went to the birthday. And after that day we got there, it was like 4 hours from where I live. The day we got there, I got a call from my agent telling me I'm on the list of people they're trying to call up for the Pacers. And then he calls me again and was like, "Oh, you on the short list?" And I was like, "Okay." And I didn't want to get too excited, to be honest. I was like trying to keep an even, I didn't want to get too emotionally high and just like, and it not happening, I'm just gonna be disappointed. So I was just like trying to stay even in level with my emotions, and then and then he calls me again. It's like, they're actually considering signing you. So they're actually considering signing you. And then when he said that to me, I was like, oh, okay. I think I'm gonna have to. He was like, you need to pack your stuff and come back and go back home, because when that happens, it all happens quick. Because like as soon as that happened, they're like, book a flight, you gotta go. So I literally I got there the day, and I leave the next day. 4-hour drive, came back, and then I got a call, and then I was going about my routine like I usually do. I work out in the morning and then do basketball at night. So after my lift, I was like, I got to go fix my phone and get a new phone. And then on my way to get a phone, I get a call from my agent. It's like, welcome to the NBA. And that's where, and then literally from that call to whenever my flight was, 3 hours later, my flight was booked to come to Indiana.
Well, that's some story. That's some story. Yeah, that's some story. So how did it dawn on you? I mean, how did you take it? I mean, that you were going into the NBA proper, knowing your background, where you started from, the country you're coming from and everything. How big was this to you?
So for me, like the dream and the goal has always been, it hasn't always been just about me. It's not about just me. It's about my family. It's about all those kids in Ghana, just like me, that don't know if they can make it to the NBA. They can make it to even to college, like not just the NBA, because the NBA is the top of the top. It's like even making it to college, being in like the top colleges in America, like being even playing in the G League. Like, like what I wanted to do was just paint that picture for those kids that are coming up, learning how to play basketball, giving them some hope. Like, okay, if Amidah can do it, we can do it. Because I was just like them, and I have a long way to go still, but I was just like them. Like my coach when I was in Ghana, Hashim, was the one who forced me to come. Like, yo, go to the I need to come. Like, he forced me to come to the court, do this and that. So I was literally just like them. I was like, I didn't want to play basketball, like it was. So me just painting that picture and letting them know that if I can do it, you can do it. And you can even do way better than I did, So like, that's what I want to do. I want to be like that image and that I guess role model or whatever you can call it for those kids that are looking forward to be in the situation that I am or even better.
Excellent stuff. I mean, let's talk about what your ambitions are then. Now you are right in the NBA, you're on the big time, everybody's going to be paying attention to you. We've already started watching videos, we're following your games, we're looking at it, we're very happy about it. What are you hoping to achieve with the Pacers?
So me right now, I'm just trying to play my role, and whatever role the coach wants me to play, I'm going to come whenever I step on the court, I'm making sure I'm playing that role. And that's another thing, like it's very important that you know your role and what the team is expecting from you. So I know what my role is, and whenever I step on that court, I'm bringing that every time I step on that court. And right now, if what they want from me is to rebound and set good screens and block shots, that's what I'm gonna do. and whatever role the team wants me to do is what I'm willing to do at this point. And what
Good stuff. And we're looking forward to it. The whole of the country is right behind you. Now, I know how difficult it is to make the transition to college, make the transition to the the G League, and then make the transition in there. I'm sure there's some basketball players who are probably somewhere along the line hoping to get where you are. What would be your advice? Because I was watching a few videos, Connecticut University, you were really doing your good stuff. Then we watched a lot of your G League videos, and here you are today. What kind of advice have you got for people just along the line, somewhere, on the same path, trying to get to where you are?
I would say, obviously, we need more opportunities in Ghana, and I think the government should be like more invested in basketball, because basketball is becoming a huge sport now, So I think the government should be more invested into it. But I think so we can get more opportunities to be able to display the talent, because I think Ghana has a lot of talent. It's just like we don't have the opportunities to be able to do that. But I think what I would say to those kids is just like, you never give up. Like, if you believe that, you have to believe in yourself first before anything. And all begins with hard work. Whenever you work hard, it's easy for you to believe in yourself. But when you're not working hard, it's hard for you to believe in yourself, because you don't, what are you basing your beliefs on? So I think what I would say to them is, you just keep working hard and just keep putting 100% off. And whenever you step on that court, whenever you're on that court, like, I'm about to go work out, you'll put in 100% and just keep working hard.
Right. Just a final one before I let you go. You spoke a lot about your family. How, for instance, did your mother, your father take the news that you are in big time NBA? I mean, how did they take the news when they heard it?
Yeah, they were ecstatic. I technically have two families. I have one back home, Ghana, and I have one here. So they're both families are so ecstatic. Because they know how hard I work. They know how long I've been working to be in this position. Like, it could have been easy for me to just say no and give up. But I was like, no, like, there are too many kids that look up to me for me to just say no. And might not be kids in America, but I know for sure there's so many kids in Ghana that look up to me. And then they know how hard I work, and that is what makes them happy. Just like them seeing all my hard work that I've put in come into fruition.
Do you remember the first lines from your mom or your dad when they realized you were there? Do you remember the first lines?
Not really. My dad was so surprised, because I actually called it, because my mom is kind of like, she stresses too much. So I called my dad when I started getting those calls. I called my dad and I was like, hey, apparently the Pacers are trying to sign me, but I don't want to tell mom yet until it's official. So I called him, and he was like, he couldn't even sleep. And after I called him, he couldn't sleep because he was so excited just off me calling him that they're trying to sign, to sign me. My mom was excited.
Right. Yeah. Right, it's good stuff. And I guess these days you've got very busy schedules, and you will have to grant interviews, and you have to do this. We have to say a very, very big thank you, and we're going to do our very best to ensure that we tell the good news and keep you in mind and keep you in prayers, like we do here in Ghana, and obviously be looking out for what you can do with it. But how are you flowing with your teammates already?
Yeah, it's been good. All the players are so this group is a great group. They're very friendly, and when I first got here, Malcolm back then, and Sabonis, they're like, we need you, and that them telling me they need me was just enough for me to be like, okay, I didn't just come here just to be called up. I came here for a purpose, and that is one of the confidence boosters for me, and I think it was important that I get told that. So they're a great group.